Welcome into the Kings recap show at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. Rami Makloff with you this evening. Always welcome your comments. We love when you're part of the show. Leave them right there on the YouTube page. We'll be reading those throughout the evening here on the Kings recap show. And man, we got a game to talk about tonight. That's got to be real satisfying for Kings fans. Be riding the beam after a 134-120 victory over the Lakers tonight at the Golden One Center. Because no Anthony Davis, no Russell Westbrook, but no sympathy for the Lakers, for Lakers fans, for LeBron James. It feels good to put a beating on that team from Los Angeles like the Kings did tonight. And after a sloppy start, man, I mean, Domas was Domas in the first quarter on his way to another triple-double. We'll talk more about him later tonight. Keegan looked good from the start, looked confident, looked comfortable, aggressive to the rim, hit a big three there in the first quarter. He had 7 points in the first quarter, but De'Aaron Fox was quiet. Had just 2 points there in the second quarter. And it really, for the first 12 minutes, was kind of a slow, plodding, physical game, which, especially with Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook not in the lineup, is what the Lakers want. It was more the Lakers style than it was the Kings style for the first quarter. And the worst part, the sloppiest part of that first quarter was the turnovers. 6 turnovers for the Kings there in the first, and they were trailing the Lakers 26-25. You're only trailing by a point, probably trailing by more if it's a better team that you're facing tonight, but they're trailing by a point there after the first quarter. And then, man, I think that the thing that really got the Kings going tonight in that second quarter was the bench. And he wasn't scoring, but I thought Malik Monk, along with Neemias Queta there in the second quarter, really got things going. Monk had 4 assists there in the second quarter. Queta had 8 points in 6 minutes. Trey Lyles chipped in 7 points in 6 minutes. 20 bench points for the Kings there in the second quarter. And something we talked about on Cattles and Rami yesterday, 3-6 over there on Sactown Sports 1140 and our YouTube page, which is when that bench is going, it's a whole different Kings team. And that's why I think that's what really got the ball rolling there in the second quarter. Look, Domantas Sabonis, he's become somewhat of an automatic. De'Aaron Fox, after that lull, the foot injury and the bug that he caught, he seems to be an automatic, and you know what to expect from him on a given night. And between Huerter and Murray and Barnes, you're pretty sure one of those 3 guys is going to step up and have a pretty good night. But when this Kings team was a top 5 bench scoring team, was when they were at their best and they were playing their best basketball, and they need to get back to that. And tonight, you saw Malik Monk, again, only 2 points, but 6 assists, 4 of them there in the second quarter, and really getting that second unit going with 20 second quarter points. 10 from Queta, 7 from Lyles. You had 6 players in double figures tonight. And then De'Aaron Fox, he gets back in there after that bench does work and builds a lead for the Kings. He has 8 points in the quarter. The ball was moving. They had 13 assists there in the second quarter and 41 points there in the second to get into the half with a 66-58 lead, and then just blew it wide open in the third quarter. And I think that's when you really started to see what these two teams were, and really what the gap is. And this is fun to say, isn't it? Fun to hear, Kings fans. What the gap is between the Kings and the Lakers, especially a Lakers team that doesn't have Anthony Davis and doesn't have Russell Westbrook. They put up a fight in the first half. They started to lose some of that fight in the second quarter, and then the Kings took their soul in the third quarter with another 40-point quarter, and that's when De'Aaron Fox really got things going. Everybody started getting going there in the third quarter, and that's when you really started to see Keegan Murray kind of take things over. He was their second leading scorer tonight. Kevin Huerter, man, he woke up in a big way in the third quarter. He was 3 of 7 from three tonight, but Kevin Huerter doing some work around the hoop and around the rim, posting a couple guys up, grabbing a couple rebounds, getting you some second chance points. He ended up leading them in scoring tonight with 26 points. And then in the fourth quarter, Domantas Sabonis takes a hard shot to the head. And I believe he leads the league in those, in addition to double doubles. I believe Domantas Sabonis leads the league in shots to the head. He gets a technical for that. And speaking of technicals, a little later there in the fourth quarter, De'Aaron Fox was not so pleased with a call that the referees made. He gets 2 quick technical fouls. He gets ejected. And it gave the Lakers, the Kings were up by 18 at that point, I believe, gave the Lakers maybe a glimmer of hope, a breath of life after they were down big for the majority of the night. They got the lead down to 13, but then there was Keegan Murray, who, man, the thing about Keegan Murray that I'm liking lately is he's back to, and not that he ever got away from it necessarily, or that he felt uncomfortable or looked uncomfortable in these situations, but it's back to looking like Keegan Murray really likes the big moment. And whether that big moment is a shot or it's a momentum changer on the defensive side of things, he likes those moments. And the Lakers, they make that little run. They get it down to 13. Keegan Murray hits a 3. The Golden One center goes crazy. The light the beam chants start, and it was that was the nail in the coffin right there, and really the cherry on top of a great night for Keegan Murray, who had 23 points on the night. Also grabbed himself 3 rebounds and had an assist. Did some work on LeBron James on the defensive side of the floor. Really, really good night for Keegan Murray. Really, really good night for Neemias Queta, who is trying to take that backup center role. I don't know if it lasts. I'll be real with you. Like we all like Metu there for a minute. We all like who else did they try there? Lyles was playing some 5 there for a minute. The Rashawn Holmes experiment lasted a very short time. Kid is the guy who's getting the minutes right now, and he's doing plenty with it. We'll see how long it lasts. That's what Mike Brown said about that center position. They've gotten good play here and there. Nobody has really been able to sustain it and take that job. Difference in this one, and again, watch your comments on the YouTube page at youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. We'll read some of those in just a couple of minutes. But the difference in this one and the difference from a couple nights ago against Charlotte, the bench and the supporting cast, like I said, this is a different team when guys not named Domas and guys not named Fox are having big nights. Domas and Fox for your third and fifth leading scorers on the night, third and fourth leading scorers on the night, with 22 and 13 respectively. Oh, fifth. Yeah, it's fifth, third and fifth leading scorers tonight because of what Kevin Huerter and Keegan Murray and Harrison Barnes, who had a big first half, 14 first half points. He ended up finishing with 20. It's a really good sign, man, when those two guys are your third and fifth leading scorers and you're blowing out the Lakers by 14 points. Limiting second chance points, which is something they did not do against Charlotte a few nights ago. The Lakers tonight only had, let me make sure I got my facts right, Lakers only had 5 offensive rebounds tonight. And overall, the rebound battle was very close. The Kings actually won it 36-34. I thought that was big and was a major difference in terms of these last 2 games and the loss to Charlotte a few nights ago. You weren't getting killed on points in the paint. I don't have that number in front of me at the moment, but it was very close in points in the paint. I know late into the game, and a very clean game after the first quarter. 6 turnovers in the first quarter. Kind of picked up where you left off with Charlotte a couple nights ago, but they cleaned that up and really played 3 really solid quarters of basketball against the Lakers tonight and have a blowout win to show for it, 134 to 120. And like I said, anytime that you can hand LeBron and the Lakers an L, I don't care. Anthony Davis is out, Russell Westbrook is out. I don't care. No mercy for the Lakers, no sympathy for the Lakers and their fans. Enjoy this W tonight. Go look at that beam and enjoy it. MC Calcium says, light the beam. And yes, they have lit the beam. I can usually see it from my balcony. Last time I tried to show you all the beam from my balcony, though, it was a big dud. For some reason, couldn't see it. Maybe I'll try again. El Lemonapi says, man, I know why the trees are leaning south. The Lakers suck that hard. Man, that's what I mean. Enjoy this. The Lakers have been on the better end of this I don't know if you call it a rivalry, because it's been so one-sided for so long, and the Kings have been on the wrong side of that for so long. So I enjoy it, and I enjoy the pettiness, and I enjoy the venom in the comment section for the Lakers with a blowout victory tonight. Joseph says, get right game for Kevin Huerter. I hope so, man. I hope so. We talked on Cattles and Rami today, weekdays 3-6 on Sactown Sports 1140 and youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140. I don't think you need a crowned, named number 3 guy for the Kings behind Fox and behind Sabonis. Be great to have. It'd be great if Kevin Huerter became that, or Keegan Murray became that, or you traded for a guy that was an undisputed number 3 in a big 3 for the Kings. But if you can get, and I think you can, I think more nights than not, when you have the depth that the Kings do from their starting lineup with guys like Huerter and Murray and Barnes, to their bench and guys that can give you big nights like Malik Monk or Terrence Davis on a given night, or a Neemias Queta as he did tonight. I think more nights than not, you're going to get that third option sort of emerge and present themselves. And you saw it, not just the number 3 guy. Kevin Huerter was the number 1 guy tonight when you look at the scoring leaders. And you hope that you can get back to some level of consistency to give you a better chance of the frequency of having a really good number 3 guy for the Kings on any given night. Jay Lopeza says, team win. Domas is just a beast, probably the most underrated player in the NBA. Yeah, man, I don't. And I watch the national programs. I listen to some podcasts that talk about the NBA, and I just don't know. I know we here in Sacramento and on Cattles and Rami, it seems like we're talking about it every day. Cash says Sabonis is on an absolute tear. We talk about it every day. We talk about this run that Domantas Sabonis is on right now. I don't know that enough people are really recognizing it around the NBA world. I really hope he gets the All-Star nod, but quite frankly, he deserves more than just an All-Star nod. Nick said it yesterday on the show, and I told him I'm glad you said it out loud before I said it out loud, because it's one of those things, it's one of those thoughts that runs through your head where you're like, maybe keep that to yourself. Maybe don't say that into a microphone, because you're going to end up sounding stupid, and you don't get paid to sound stupid. I mean, I do get paid to sound stupid on some level, but that it's just a little too stupid sometimes, these thoughts that I have. But Nick said it, and I was like, you know what, man, you're right, and I'm glad you said it. Glad you said it before I did. He's doing Jokic type of things. He's doing Jokic type of things. Domas is doing Jokic type of things. Maybe not quite to that level, but he's playing at such a high level right now. AK says if Jokic can sustain a high usage all season and become MVP, then maybe Sabonis can too. I'm not going to put him in the MVP conversation just yet, but he's like Jokic light right now. He really is, man. And he at the very least deserves an all-star nod and deserves some recognition and some heads to turn around the NBA for what he's doing this year. You hope that his usage is not quite what it has been to this point this season. He's playing some heavy minutes, man. And Keita doing what he did tonight hopefully continues to build on that and emerge as that backup center that they need. But I really think they're going to have to go and get somebody to take some of this load off of Domas. Asking him 37 minutes tonight, man, even in a blowout, they had to go to him for 37 minutes. I think you could have probably rested Domantas Sabonis a little bit more at the end of the game there, especially after he takes that hard shot to the head. I think he was cut open. His mom looked like she was about to cry up in the stands. His dad was like, I've seen this a million times. Arvydas Sabonis looks like the next boss in the next John Wick movie. But I digress. J. Lopeza says, I think it's good that the scoring is balanced and have a couple off the bench to chip in double-digit scoring. Yeah, I've said it a couple times already here tonight on the show. I think that when this Kings team looks deep and when this bench was top 5 scoring bench is when this Kings team is really on another level. And you saw it tonight. From the second quarter on, 20 bench points from their second unit in the second quarter, and that was really what got things going. When you can do that, you get a team on their heels. They don't get a chance to take a breath. You put them on the ropes and you keep them on the ropes because you can keep taking swings when your second unit can do what they did tonight, and then a fresh De'Aaron Fox can come in and get you 8 points in the second quarter. And Domantas Sabonis can come in and do what he did. Arvida's hand is massive, says Javier Flores. Yeah, it is. Dude Sports says, I can't get enough Kings. If you can't get enough Kings, Sactown Sports is the place for you on the airwaves at 11:40 right here on the YouTube page, youtube.com/Sactown Sports, 11:40. Much more, I'm sure, on this win tomorrow morning with Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross. And then, of course, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon with my partner, Nick Cattles, in the afternoon at 3 p.m., Cattles and Rami, every weekday right here on Sactown Sports, 11:40. I keep going, but everybody's telling me that the audio kind of sucks right now. And my throat kind of hurts right now. So I'm going to wrap it up. It was a big Kings win, 134-120. I'm trying to yell because people are telling me that the audio isn't good, but that's not the problem. It's not my voice. It's probably my Wi-Fi. So I'm going to wrap it up after a 134-120 victory over the Lakers tonight. And, ooh, that is sweet, isn't it? Oh, it's good to beat the Lakers. It's good to blow out the Lakers. And it's good when you have 6 guys in double figures. And it's good when De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis don't have to do all the heavy lifting, and guys like Kevin Huerter and Keegan Murray and Harrison Barnes and Domantas Sabonis can do some of the heavy work for the Kings and get the win. Mike says, stop stealing Wi-Fi. I am not stealing Wi-Fi, sir. All right. It's not the greatest Wi-Fi. It's included in the rent, but I am not stealing it. Okay. It is paid for, kind of. Kings win tonight, 134-120. Much more on the Kings all day tomorrow on Sactown Sports, 11:40. Rami Makloff saying, thanks for watching the Sactown Sports Kings Recap Show right here on YouTube and we'll talk to you next time. Good night, everybody.